They are trying to turn Renee Good into George Floyd. Same tactics, same lies, same commie goals. Do not fall for it, because this is what actually happened. Renee Good was using her car to block ICE agents. That's illegal. ICE agents were walking around her vehicle, videotaping her license tag and the car to document her law breaking. They finally told her to verbally get out of the car in order to arrest her after giving her umpteen chances to move along without being arrested. She refused. Renee Good defied the legal order of a law enforcement officer. Then her lesbian sex partner, who had attended an anti-ICE meeting of radicals earlier in the week, started shouting from outside the car into the car at Renee Good to drive, baby, drive. One of the ICE agents who was videotaping her car was in front of the car directly at the time. Renee Good violently accelerated the car anyway. She rammed her car directly into that ICE agent. No, Renee Good was not armed, but that's a deliberately misleading and manipulative way of portraying her, because just because you don't have a gun in your hands doesn't mean that you aren't operating a deadly weapon. In fact, thousands of times every year in the United States, cars, vehicles are used for killings. The ICE agent was justified in his action, reasonably fearing for his life after Renee Good not only defied his order, but violently and viciously accelerated into him, ramming him over. And yes, Renee Good did have children, 2 children from her first marriage, whom she did not quote-unquote retain custody of. 1 child from her second marriage. That second marriage ended when her husband died. This was all before she turned lesbian. And yes, it's certainly awful and tragic that that 6-year-old child will grow up without a mother. But that's the thing about leftist ideology. Leftist ideology teaches women to put communist ideology on a higher pedestal than their families, to prioritize their political activism over their own children. If you're committed to your child, you don't taunt law enforcement officers. You don't use your vehicle as a blockade. You don't viciously and violently accelerate into an ICE agent who's standing in front of your car. That's a choice. And Renee Good made that choice. She chose doing that over her own child. There's video proof of every single thing I said. The left is trying to turn Renee Good into George Floyd. Do not let them. Reject the lies.